Hi everyone, welcome to our webinar on Pardot Spring 21 Release Notes. I am Rupali Dixit, a senior Salesforce consultant at Cloud Analogy, and I have with me Nitish Bhardwaj, who will be talking about the company and about himself. Nitish, all over to you.
Thanks, Rupali. Hello everyone, myself Nitish Bhardwaj, working as a CIO, Chief Information Officer at Cloud Analogy. And about company, Cloud Analogy is a one-stop company who provides all kind of Salesforce services and implementations. We are also Salesforce App Exchange registered partner, and we are proficient launching apps on App Exchange and development. So something about today's webinar. So today we will be presenting and giving information on Pardot release Spring 21 and about the new topics and releases Pardot come up with.
Okay, so now let's start with the topics which need to be covered. The first one we have is the power of cloning campaigns. Second, track prospect activity data with first party. Third, two-click unsubscribes. Fourth, specify a link for completion actions in Pardot emails.
And the fifth one is create report for email content in Salesforce, track accounts as campaigns members. This is a beta function which Pardot release. Sixth one is track accounts as campaign members. This functionality is beta, is still in beta, and Salesforce might exclude this one or might roll out. Seventh is what is Pardot API version 5 and what's the difference between the last versions and this new version. And the last one is Pardot object sync, custom field sync. Like this is also in beta, and we have to see like how user respond on this one.
Okay, now beginning with the points. The first one being the power of cloning campaigns. So marketing assets such as emails, landing pages, forms, files, marketing links or snippets as records and in their own right can be related to Salesforce campaigns. You see these appearing on related list on Salesforce campaign. In the spirit of user productivity as well as the ability to clone the campaign, all the marketing assets in one go was sorely missing. Also known as deep clone, now it's possible to copy everything at once or select or deselect which asset types so you're ready to launch a repeat campaign immediately.
The second point is prospect activity data with first-party tracking. Initially, Salesforce support third-party tracking codes which we used in our landing page, which helps us scoring the prospect users prospect trackings. Now Salesforce and Pardot provides this first-party tracking which we can enable in our org to store the cookies and the prospect activities in our landing pages.
The third point being unsubscribe links, which we can have a two link unsubscribe. So what we used to have earlier was that it was actually quite dangerous when you think about it. Once that link is clicked, the prospect is immediately opted out without the recipient actually receiving it. Now prospects will need to confirm they intentionally unsubscribed. You can have a message, maybe a disclaimer, are you sure you want to unsubscribe? Not only this, will this mean prospects have to jump through two hoops to unsubscribe, but also it will prevent the automatic unsubscribes which happen from the automatic bots. So this is quite a good advantage for everyone.
Absolutely. And the fourth point is specify a link for completion actions. So initially when we are creating the engagement studios and other email activities in Pardot, so there was nothing like the completion action in Salesforce. So but now Salesforce provides this functionality as well, where you can suggest or set up some completion action. So whenever somebody engaged or open up your email, you can also set up or fire some actions in Pardot, which you can set up either like by sending the follow-up mails or something by thanks for opening the mail or some further actions or of your business related to your business PDFs or your documents you can send on that completion action.
The fifth one is create reports for email content in Salesforce. With Pardot new and existing Pardot objects, with syncing with actual Salesforce records, we have been able to leverage Salesforce reports. So now you can actually create a custom report type on email content and make the use in Pardot. So this is quite a good feature, and you can actually use it in the new release.
Yep, initially, when I was working on a project, I faced this kind of problem where client asks like they want to see some email contents reports, like how they generated or how their campaign was running.
Right.
But this is quite a good feature which Salesforce released, and that
Exactly.
will definitely help the new admins working on their projects.
Absolutely, yeah.
And the sixth point is track account as campaign members. So this, like I already said, this is in beta, and we have to see how this will work. So the functionality of this one is like often the first priority mentioned in enhancing account-based marketing is being able to take a view of all marketing activities at the account level. So this was not previously provided by Salesforce, but now appointing this feature or launching this feature, we can do that as well. So the product moving in the direction or the value against competitor, we can compare all those values using this feature, and we can set a related list, and we can add this button add account in our campaigns, and we can easily add our leads and contacts in that feature.
Yeah, great. So the seventh point is Pardot API version 5, which is generally available in all the orgs, depending upon which edition you have. So this is a complete rebuilding of the Pardot API using modern best practices, meaning that you have more marketing asset objects now, which was earlier not available, but now it gives you more flexibility in Pardot. So we heard also during the TTC live session that the recent work on the Pardot API will pave the way for App Exchange. So I think this is going to help a lot of users.
Yeah, absolutely. Like initially I built some functionalities using version 3 or 4 APIs, and there were some objects and fields which was not able, we were not able to access, but now using the version 5, we may able to access those fields as well, and that will again help us building more accurate functionalities for our users.
Exactly.
Last but not the least, the 8th point is Pardot Object Sync, which provides functionality of custom field sync. This one is again in beta, and we are analyzing this how this will perform. So what this function provides? This function provides the functionality where we can connect our custom Pardot fields with the Tableau Power Analytics, where we can create more dashboards and more competitive dashboards of our organization, where we can compare the previous data and the new data we are getting in our Pardot using the landing pages and other email campaigns we are running. So this will definitely help business seeing the data, how their business is performing, and their last target, what was their last target, how they are performing in this quarter and this year, and so on.
Yeah. And I also had a requirement earlier in a project that they wanted the fields to come up from Pardot to their Tableau CRM. I think now this is a big limitation which has been crossed.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now we'll move on to account-based campaigns. Many of our customers and their marketing team are focused on accounts. We have delivered account and campaign-related lists, but the next step is to allow our customers to add accounts directly to campaigns. Often you want to campaign that targets accounts either don't have the contact yet, you do not know which context will be relevant for your campaign, or maybe you don't need to target the actual contacts for a specific case. Account-based campaigns will be a powerful tool in the ABM toolkit. Some commonly used cases include account call down list for inside sales to add up in by contacts and existing accounts that don't yet have contact records, even if targeting accounts before attending contacts have been identified or dropped mail campaigns. Productivity and efficiency has been a large focus of sub-releases. The features like snippets, search in Case Studio, complex rules in HTML, and will continue to be a focus over the next sub-releases. With all the time saved with the recently released productivity features, your campaigns are more powerful than ever before, which likely means you want to repeat, reuse, or share that power across other channels within your organization. For now, if you clone a campaign with its campaign related statics and with its related snippets for a head start new marketing initiative, while this saves time, you need a way to repeat success with more of the assets like landing pages, forms, snippet assignments, all related to that campaign. Campaign and asset cloning will provide just that. For example, if there's a trade show campaign that performed particularly well and you want to replicate the setup and success of that campaign, simply clone the campaign and related assets to get the campaign started. Some additional notes about this feature. Cloning assets for a campaign creates net new assets for the new campaign. That means that reporting analytics insights will be specific to the new campaign and the integrity of for the new campaign. When Pardot marketing assets are cloned, their content and relationships are updated automatically to the newly cloned asset records. For example, a cloned landing page is updated to reference the newly cloned form instead of the old one and URLs of the new custom redirect. To see how this looks, let's go ahead and dive in. Relaunching a successful part out marketing campaign and copying multiple Pardot asset records is about to get a lot. Include Pardot marketing asset records. You'll now be able to clone a campaign and all of the related marketing asset records in a matter of a few seconds with only a couple of clicks. Let's go ahead and take a look. Here we are on our product launch webinar campaign. We ran this campaign successfully last quarter, date and time. We can see here the related landing pages, forms and links. Normally, to replicate a campaign like this one, it would take us quite some time. We need you to copy each asset individually and make manual changes. But with our clone related asset management, we're going to show you how easily we can clone this campaign for the next quarter and save ourselves tons of time. As we want to clone all related records, we'll go ahead and select everything. The member statuses, marketing assets and snippet assignments. As we can see, all of the information from the existing campaign is copied over to the cloned campaign. After we make a few small updates, we are ready to save and clone. Here we are on the new campaign. As this campaign is brand new, we see that this campaign has no metrics yet. We can see, however, that all of the related landing pages, forms and links have been copied over to the new campaign, and the snippet assignments have also been copied. How much easier was that? All it took was just a few seconds and a few clicks to clone everything, and now we can get started on executing the new campaign. In the past, if we manually made a copy of a form, custom redirect and landing page, we would need to update that landing page to use the new form and custom redirect that you just copied. We definitely don't want that. It slows down our productivity. Our new clone with related enhancements solves this challenge. Not only are we making copies of our marketing assets with our content and metadata, we're also automatically updating them for this new campaign. This includes URLs for custom redirects and files, forms to landing page relationship and more. This is great from a reporting standpoint because it really makes it so much easier to track each asset's contribution at the individual campaign level. To see how this all translates to an asset level, let's take a look at the form record. Here we can see that most of the information from the original form has been copied over intact, but some data is updated as well. The name has the date and time of the clone appended to it. It's updated to point to the newly cloned campaign. A new link has been generated and this form is being used by the newly cloned landing page. The content of the form has been updated as well, so let's take a look. The content of the original form was copied over and updated. It was automatically updated to use the new cloned custom redirect and file records that were cloned with the campaign. We can verify this by looking at the date and time appended to the file name. Since we cloned snippets, these snippets will continue to work as well, and of course, the thank you content and completion action were copied as well. And there you have it. Launching new campaigns and copying marketing assets is now quicker and easier than before. We are very excited for the Spring 21 release and empowering you to effortlessly clone your marketing campaigns and hit the ground running. Now, this last demo is based on 2-click unsubscribes. Now the marketers can go and enable, and this will open up a new set of options. They will be able to edit the message and title for this new confirmation page and tailor this information as needed to provide clarity to their customers. In addition, as they scroll down here, they'll be able to see how products already provide some default text and prompting in their experience, which wasn't clear before. Once the user clicks save, the page is pretty much ready to go. Going forward, any email sent with an unsubscribe merge field will have this next experience set up and active. Now, if there is ever a need for active turn off, a user can simply click edit to open up the editor and go to toggle it off. Product will recognize the switch and caution the user to make sure they actually want to turn off this feature, as it could affect future unsubscribe rates. Now our user doesn't actually want to turn this off, so they easily back out of this change by clicking never mind. Now, to preview what this experience looks like, the user can view the provided link on this page to see the changes. Thank you for being a patient attendee in this webinar. I hope you liked this webinar. Now we'll soon be coming up with another webinar based on the topic Agile Estimation Techniques for Salesforce Projects.
That's it for the day. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, everyone.